was the one pioneering the way.
I love that. I think very much like you. I know sometimes people struggle with that, but that's really strong stuff. Now, here's the thing: your dad coached you from day one. How would you say his influence helped keep your flame strong? Did he have an impact on that at all?
So when I was younger, my dad had like this structure that it was almost like a military style structure. There was no giving up, and it was like a very strong, and you're always like disciplined, and it helped build my mental fortitude. So in tough times, even when I wanted to give up, it's hard for me to give up because I don't know what giving up is, and I don't know what burnout is, right? Because I would continually push through every obstacle. But this was like trained during a young age, like when I was like 5, 6, 7. I was already working out, I was already training, I was already in combat sports, I was already playing every type of possible combat sport out there.
No kidding.
And then it generally builds over time, right? This is not like an overnight or a 1 year thing. This is like a lifetime of just gradually building up to it. And it's like a rubber band when you pull it back, right? Like everyone has like a potential point. So my potential point was just kept getting pulled back, So like one day I just let go, and then all that potential just launched, and it just changed my life.
Oh, that's so cool. Now, when you're going through some of those days, it sounds like you were just like take action, just go, just keep going. Now, you're talking about like the voices and the people you're surrounded about. Your environment's super important. Would you say, like, I know you're close with your sister. Who's like, do you have someone or like some people that you would call like you're just, they got your back 1,000,000%? Do you have some people that are stuck with you?
For sure, 100% my dad, because he's always, the thing about my dad is it's quite stressful being around him, because he doesn't tell you what you want to hear, he tells you what you need to hear. So he'll always say the things you don't want to hear, but it's in your best benefit, right? It's like sometimes I want to buy things, sometimes I want to make crazy decisions. He doesn't let me make those crazy decisions. He keeps me on track. It's a good thing, but it also sometimes it stresses you out, because like I want to do this, I want to go out, I want to party with my friends at like 3 a.m. But he's like, no, you have a big thing tomorrow, you gotta stay home, you gotta stay on, on track. You gotta make sure your sister does this or does that. So my dad is like a very big aspect in me staying like on track and making sure that I didn't fly off the rails by accident, because so you think you're disciplined, right? But then when you're riding up this wave and you just go exponential, like things move so fast, right? You get spending sprees, you get this, you get that, like you want this, you want that, you want to do the, you get very ambitious. Once everything starts flowing in and all the opportunities start coming in and everyone is in LA and everybody's like, oh, come to this party, this celebrity invited you, come to that party, all the influencers are bringing their supercars there. And it's like, it's tempting, right? It's like the devil whispering in your ear constantly. When you're like in this area, it just comes with the territory. The devil's always screaming in your ear. And my dad is like a vital aspect of that, of just keeping me on the ground, right? He keeps me on the ground and makes sure my head never left into space. Keeps me humble. Outside of my dad, I have like I'm very like antisocial. I don't trust too many people. I made the mistake in the last 2 years of trusting and like growing a big circle, and it's not necessary to have a team of like 10 people or like 10, 20 friends. You don't need 10, 20 friends to make $1 million, to make $10 million. You just need like 3. Realistically, you just need 3 people that knows what to do and that got your back. And that's what I see now. This year has been like a big learning lesson. The closest people to you that you think are close to you today might be your mortal enemies next month or next week, because you never know. You never know how your success would change the people around you, because you think these people are in for your best benefit. At the end of the day, unless they're your family or they're people that you share blood with, even sometimes the people that you share blood with don't want, to see you in success over them. So you have to be careful to who you choose to be in your circle. You can have a lot of friends, you can keep your enemies close, right? But just so you can keep an eye on them. But I wouldn't keep my circle as big compared to how I did last year and what I've learned this year. And I just keep core members around me, like the real ones.
That's really important. Yeah, I can imagine that. Now, another idea, Bob says in our material set, Bob says teach our ideas that he teaches that our ideas are almost like children, and that they need to be fed every day. So like you think about your own journey, what is like feeding the flame of, we'll say, your desire look like in a daily life? Like, do you have any rituals or habits that you keep alive for you? Like, do you create content every day? Like, how do you move forward?
I always set milestones, right? And I always set tasks. And there's like, okay, this year I'm gonna buy a supercar, I'm gonna buy a house, I need to buy investment properties, right? I don't ever wanna feel how I felt when I was poor. I never wanna go back there. And I'm always learning. I use AI to learn. I'm always seeing what the new kids are doing, right? I always try to surround myself with, I don't know if this applies to other people, but for me, I love being in a circle where everyone is better than me. Because it gives me space to reach up for. I don't want to be in a table where I am the best one at the table. Because the problem with being the smartest person and the best person at the table is that it gets to your head and then you make dumb decisions and you become complacent. And then now you're falling back to that level and with everyone else. So if you're no longer the best person at the table, you're just with everyone else. But if you can surround yourself with people better than you, people that work at a higher rate than you, it gives you something to strive toward. It gives you like space to know that you're not at your absolute limit. And I feel like I do that on a constant daily basis. I'm always going out. I always see. It's like I'm hoping to meet someone new that can teach me something new. I'm hoping to add a new team member. I'm hoping to grow my team. I'm hoping to grow the YouTube team. It's like an empire, right? My desire is to grow a massive YouTube empire. I'm big on every social media platform, and YouTube was like the last platform I ever blew up.